Hello and welcome back to Factory Town Idle. In our last episode, we gave an introduction to the game, started at the very beginning, and took a look at how the game opens up, kind of what the basic mechanics of the game are, and how things progress in that very early game. By the time we got to the end of that episode, I wasn't sure how I would continue this series, as given that it's an idle game, even though it's not as idle as some idle games are, especially mobile idle games. But given that it's an idle game, it would probably be a little bit boring to do a series of, or it would be a bunch of clips or something like that per episode. And that's not really my style either. So I kind of left it open as, what do I do? Maybe I just do the one episode and we don't come back to the game. We use that as a kind of a one-off feature, and we leave it there. But then I started playing the game a bit offline on my own. I left our Wally town where I had it, or we left it at the end of the episode, and I started Wallyville. And as I progressed through the game, I realized that there's a lot more stuff that opens up, but there's kind of stretches of the game where you open up some stuff, and then stretches of the game where it's kind of a repetitive bit as you kind of level up, get advanced to the next point where you open up some more stuff. Not that there's not stuff opening all the time, but it's kind of a repetitive bit of the same stuff. So I thought, since I've been playing it offline some, and I probably have, actually I could tell you how much time I have in the game. I have only 2.5 hours in the game, so probably about 2 hours off camera. I'm now at level 8, and I've unlocked a lot of things, and I think we can go ahead and open up that level. And I've even unlocked some idle progress, so I made some time progress from the time that I was away, which was a lot more than 8 hours and 20 minutes. I don't know. I guess maybe there's a cap for that, but either way, we leveled up a couple of times, and a couple of things happened, of course, while I was offline. And that level up off idle gain right here is done with this. So I guess, I see, maybe it's because idle progress is worth 25% of normal in-game progress. But I don't know, it's been a lot longer than 8 hours and 20 minutes since the last time I played it, so I don't know why that says 820, but it's been more like 24 hours or more. But either way, we're in here now. We can start back at the beginning, sort of, here, and we'll just kind of unlock a few things, or talk about things as we go across the screen. Of course, I do have my daily, which you can get actually every 20 hours, so it has been at least that long since the last time I played, but I don't remember exactly when I last played. And you get 2 of the quest coins every time. And of course, we have those quest coins we can spend on different things. I think I'll sit on these for a moment at least, but there's a lot of things we can unlock here. And you'll also notice there's a lot of things that I've unlocked that weren't on the screen when we were last here. So of course, we're still gaining just yellow and red coins. We'll get to the other 2 coins at some point in the future. And of course, we're still gaining experience points. Over here in the inventory, you can see there's a lot more items. And we'll talk about some of those as we go. And of course, here we can help by clicking to collect some of the harvestables. But I haven't clicked, I don't think, since that very beginning part in this save. I would rather... I think I have always just assigned more people to the job, or just kind of waited until we could get more people. But I can't remember. I might have clicked a couple times since then, too. But before we go through all these tabs, I want to just go down here. I think at the end of the last episode, and where that other town is, we have primary quests, but we don't have anything else. And we can, of course, turn those in like this, and unlocks a couple of extra things. Your town perks menu. Oh, nice. We'll have to take a look at that. It unlocks a couple things, of course, but we have just a few quests here, and as you can see, we've gotten into some higher level items, including some cooked items here, some cooked food items here, too. But we also have here, and actually let's just minimize this section so we can find the next section easier. We have recipe quests, where if we produce X amount of different types of items, we can unlock a new recipe. So you can see here, producing cotton cloth and leather yields the recipe for cloaks, as well as, of course, some quest coins, and on down, including hats and pants, books, things like that. So as you make more stuff, you get more recipes for more stuff. We also have these upgrade quests, which are tied to the leveling up of different skills. As we've seen, let's go to harvesting. As we've seen here, we have been leveling up some of these skills as we've collected these raw items, and the same thing goes for crafting and other things too, which we'll get into. So, of course, I have level 15 in harvesting cotton, so we can claim that one. And I've sold items at a store, so we're going to claim these ones as well. And we can scroll. You can see also there's a claim all button here, but I'm going to leave it alone for a moment. Total skills at a particular production building, in this case a bakery. Again, at a forester, which is another new building that I've unlocked since then. 32,000 planks produced. That's a few. And 15 skills at level 14. Okay. Take that. And that happens to be all of them. So there are now 3 sections. I don't know if there'll end up being more sections to the quests or not, but there are now 3 sections to this. I am collecting a crap ton of extra stuff here. So one of the first things I should probably do is turn these down to keep them just at or above 100%, because we don't need to collect a ridiculous amount of things that we're not even collecting anyway. So let's just turn those down. We'll go there. And then this one even can come down. I'm both using these numbers as well as the color of the bar over here to indicate where I'm at as far as production and consumption of items. So I just knocked all those down. That doesn't mean that they'll stay there. I may turn them back up again. But we currently have a lot of extra people, which is what I suspected, which is why I didn't immediately spend on workers per house, for example, because, well, we don't need them right now. So let's go back one more tab here to the buildings tab. There's a lot more buildings here than there were before. They're all categories like we saw before. We can, of course, build more houses. We can, of course, build more markets. And we have, in fact, some... hardware stores I think are new since the last save, but definitely clothing stores are new. Production buildings, we had a few of these. I don't think we had a food mill yet, but in the food mill, just like in the base game of Factory Town, you use a food mill to make grain and animal feed. Tailor is used for crafting. Actually, we can see which things are made here, as well as looks like something with sugar as well, possibly. I don't know for sure what the last one is, but something. Fish food? I don't know. I can't tell what that symbol is. Workshop we had for sure. Tailor is new. You can make all different kinds of cloth and similar items from there. Stonemason, I think we were making the basic stone, which is stone bricks here, I believe, in that episode. But no, there's also refined stone bricks, as there are planks and refined planks. And we had the lumber mill up here. Pasture is for producing raw animal products, both edible and inedibles. We have eggs and chicken and beef and milk here, as well as fertilizer, wool, and leather, the 3 there in the middle. The bakery is used to cook several of those items. Now, what's interesting here is that these items are made in a kitchen in Factory Town, but the kitchen is actually the name of one of the market buildings that you can unlock, as you can see there on the right. Sorry, I had to take a drink. As you can see here on the right, a gourmet kitchen, so I think they did that to not confuse matters. So you use the bakery to make the bread, as well as the cooked meats and the juices and the butter. Hearth is used to produce fire. I can't remember if we had that one or not. I don't think so. Cultivation is all a new section. This is both forestries and farms. Right now we can use the forestry to grow trees, which for wood, and then apple trees for apples, and we can use the farm to grow grain and cotton. I suspect later we'll have more things to grow here, unless those are grown in different types of buildings. I think we had a quarry. The quarry is used for prospecting to allow the rock to regrow faster, or respawn faster, or whatever the game logic is of those types of things. We also have a stockpile that is used to expand storage for those types of items. I just have 2 of them made. We can make more, but how much storage do you really need? I'm trying to not really need very much. I guess you need it if you want to build more buildings, since these do take a decent sum of resources, i.e. these pastures take 200 and something planks and stone bricks, so maybe we want to have at least that many of those, so that we have that many in stock, so we don't have to wait for them to be produced to build the buildings. And that's per building right now. So if I wanted to build 2 of them, I would need 500 and 400 something and 400 there. So that's stockpile, and then schools, of course, is where we do the research, just like in base game Factory Town. Almost called something different. So we looked at the harvesting tab as we find more and more raw resources. If there are more, and I can't believe there's not, I suspect fish might become one once he gets unlocked. We'll have more things here to send people after, of course. And then in crafting, we've seen this largely before, but of course we only had planks here in the lumber mill. So I've got the refined plank recipe here, and then we have a paper recipe here. Paper is used for knowledge, I think, which I haven't unlocked entirely yet, that tree yet, I think. So I just made up enough paper to fill up the bar over here to have our full stockpile wherever that's at. Down here, knowledge, that's what it is. Okay, that's the category. Food mill, of course, I think we might have been making flour. We definitely were making animal feed. Now I'm making both. We have a lot of extra of this getting made now, so we can probably knock that down, although that may actually not be a true statement, so we may have to put it back up, but for now, let's put it down. We also are making wood wheels and shovels, both of which we had seen before. I believe I'm selling both of them, which is why I'm still producing some, at least selling some of them, because they're one of the few things in the early game that are worth red coins, so we need the red coin income, although we have a lot of coins now. We also have the tailor, which I mentioned already, or talked about a little bit already, making cotton cloth and wool cloth, and then we can turn some of the cotton cloth into shirts, and maybe let's go ahead and turn that on, actually. And then you can see here, and I'm going to scroll down to this, you can see here that now that I've turned some shirt making on, we've now, of course, are making 0.25 shirts per second, and we're consuming more cloth than we are producing, so we do want that second cloth maker there to make sure that we're producing at least enough. At least I do. And we could, of course, build some more tailors, and then have, the making more shirts, and then we need to make more cloth for that. And then now also, though, we've starved out a little bit of our cotton production. So I want to come back over here and add another person to cotton so that we're back in the positive for that. And this is kind of what I've been working on throughout, is just, adding something and then adding the people to support it all the way down the chain as we need them. We almost definitely had stone bricks, but we are now making refined stone bricks. Again, it's kind of the same type of ratio, 2 wood to 1 plank, 2 planks to 1 refined. Here it's 3 stone to 1 brick, 2 stone bricks to 1 refined. We have a lot of things being made here in the animal farm, although we need to make some leather. So let's add that in. That pulled down our water production. So let's produce some more water. And then that also pulled down our grain production. And the reason it pulled down the grain production directly is because we had already too much animal feed getting made. So it just pulled down some of our surplus, but that means that we now are using a little bit more grain than we were before. So let's put up another worker on grain. They're at 0 exactly. I'm fine with that. I might add another one, but it's fine for right now. At least so we have a little bit of everything being made. And then the wool, I have too many of these people because I was making the wool cloth, but now we're full on that. So until we sell some, we don't need that many people. Here at the bakery, I'm making a little bit of everything, although most of them are full because I'm not selling it. And we are making fire. And the reason we're making a lot of extra fire is because, again, we're not selling everything here. Cultivation works kind of the same way as prospecting, which I believe we did before. The prospecting boosts the rock respawn rate, which that's not going to be enough, so we want to keep that there. And cultivation boosts the tree and grain respawn rates. So until they get full, just as or collection rates, I guess, by using water in this case. And this is just from nothing, which is kind of an interesting concept. So the meat of the game here, somewhat pun intended, is the market. We can sell, of course, any material we want at the market. If we wanted to drain some of this cooked chicken or cooked beef into there for some, say, yellow coins, we could do that. Right now, I'm just moving a couple of items that I have been moving for quite a while, actually. So we might be able to improve that a little bit. but also it kind of works out well just to keep a steady supply of yellow coins coming in, and we can always sell more items if we need to. Same thing here with the reds, although I think I want to build some more clothing stores and sell some of these other items as well. So let's go back to the buildings and the stores, the markets. Let's build 2 more of these, I think. And you can see, of course, that they're using planks and stone bricks, as well as yellow coins to make, and of course a little bit of land as well. There's 1 done and 2 done. And then we can sell, I guess I needed 3 of them. We can sell 1, 2, and 3 things. And I guess if we're going to sell the shirts, we don't need to sell the cotton cloth or the wool because we're selling the wool cloth now. So I'm kind of upgrading these 2 into these 2, and then we're also selling the leather. And now, of course, we are starving out a few things. So let's go back to crafting and add some more leather production here. There. We also need to add some more shirt production here, which we need additional tailor for. I'm going to build 2 tailors, I think. No, wrong tab, Ollie. Shirt production here. Yeah. And then wool production we'll need as well, but cloth is actually perfect 1-to-1 with the because of the crafting time here right now. Now, of course, as it levels up, they're going to speed boost differently, but for now it's okay. And then we are using way too much animal feed as well, so we need to produce more of that. Add a food mill. There we are. And where are we at next? Up here. Way too much stone being used. Why are we using so much stone? Oh, because I'm making all these that won't be consistently being used, I guess. Yeah, so we need to have some more harvesting of stone, rock. There we go. And then we need to harvest some more water, some more cotton, some more grain, and then some more wood. Now, the grain we just overspent, and we're also overspending on the rocks. So we may need to either boost the cultivation and the prospecting for those, or we need to do maybe some upgrades. And cheaper houses is a really good upgrade to do, because houses are one of the most expensive buildings to make over time, just because you need so many of them, I think. We have a water shortage again. Now, again, this doesn't mean that I haven't, because we have a cloth shortage. Yeah, because the upgrades have changed. So we need another tailor. And so this is a little bit of the balance you have to play with the game, is to, if you want to keep everything going positive, you have to toggle things a little bit, see where the wiggle room is with the upgrades. As they stabilize, as they get higher levels, they kind of stabilize a little bit, but it's not ever going to be perfect, I don't think. But at least you can do a little bit to help it be there. And we have animal feed issues too. Means I'm going to need even more grain. Which means we're going to need to cultivate more grain, I think. So we need another farm. And that's, of course, using stone, of which we don't have a superior amount of. So, but we're gaining, which is what I was concerned with. All right, let's do grain here. And then that replaces or fixes that issue there. So back to probably markets. Grain, still an issue, actually. Harvesting grain, and we have something we can claim too. Nice. Okay. And then, of course, I'm going to need another farm. I'm gonna have to wait until we have another bit of stone built up, or harvest more stone. Let's take a look at what we might have gotten here. And instead of just clicking claim all, I want to scroll down just to see what it is. 30 total skill levels at the tailor. Nice. Since we're doing a lot of production there recently, that makes sense. And we can actually boost the tailor production capacity as well as these other production capacities too. And the market capacities, although I'm less concerned about those, I did do the general store one. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to do some of these, especially because, yeah, let's do actually the first level of that. Definitely do this one. Probably the bakery. Forester maybe too. This one get us grain harvest speed by 100%. I think that means that we don't need as many people there, but that doesn't really mean that we get more grain. Like, it's not going to help this. It's going to help this in terms of the number of people we have to assign. So I think I don't want to do those right now, but we can probably do the forester production capacity, which means that we just don't need as many foresters here, which is kind of good. Yeah, it's kind of good. Oh no, they can each do 2 now. Okay, I get it. Instead of doing 1 each. And so you do need a lot of coins because you want to buy these things, really. And I mostly did these exploration things just for kind of fun. Like, we didn't really need the land. We have plenty of land, but I thought it was kind of fun. Go ahead and do that farm. Additional farm. And then also, I wanted to look at, yes, wool production is a little down. So that means we need to have another pasture assigned to wool. Which means now we need more water. And then that means we need... But now we can fix the grain situation, I hope. Or improve it anyway. Still need 1 more farm. Wow. That's kind of tough. Is there anything else that's really, really high numbers that I probably could take down that might help this? Possibly milk. Possibly raw beef. Oh, yeah. So that just depends on what you're making, how much you're making in surplus, things like that. And so that might end up being something that we have to fix later. Let's see, you're at 1. Actually, we can probably use these numbers too. Wool and leather are both good. Let's not do that one. Do those 2. Let's see here. Shovels, we only got 1. Nope, we're good there too. Flour, we're good there. Animal feed's just a little under. Although it's not showing us that here, which is interesting. And then 1 there, 1 there. Actually, almost 2 there, but not quite. And then I think we can probably take rock down. Yeah. Right there. We can take wood down. Everything else looks pretty good, and we still do need a little bit more grain. But as things get more efficient, you can take those workers down until you start making something new. So the next thing that I'm kind of looking at here is this gourmet kitchen. We can research that. Actually, I did research it already. We need to build it. I think I researched it. No, I didn't research it yet. Where's it at? There it is. To get it, we have to refine sugar. Refined sugar is unlocked with reach town level 5 in river. Oh, you need to get to other biomes yet. Ooh, cotton cultivation, apple cultivation. Yeah, so there's those things. Well is going to boost our water production. Warehouse is good for that storage. Instead of using the stockpile, we use a warehouse then. Study, that will consume the paper, I guess, for more other researches. Barrel is storage per building for fluids. And then bookstore is where we sell paper. Okay, so this is to open up other researches. This is to open up the ability to sell paper, books, and things. Let's go ahead and research this one. Now, of course, that's going to consume my paper. So maybe I want to turn the paper up a little bit more then to kind of compensate. Wait, that's up here at the top. But maybe not all the way up because that's kind of insane. But that means that I probably want to also consume or supply a little bit more wood just to keep that going. We had 1,000, I guess, in stock. So that'll actually cover the whole thing. So we probably didn't actually need to do this, but we're going to start selling paper anyway at the bookstore, so we might as well have it ready to go. Oh, and we can do claim something here. I missed it. There it is. Level 15 in cultivation of grain. Nice. This will be done here in a moment. And we also need to figure out how to get fish, too, which I haven't figured out yet. I haven't looked that hard either, but build a bookstore, please. Let's go ahead and turn on this grain cultivation speed that we unlocked, because we could use that here, obviously, since we fixed it. And then let's go here and start selling paper. Now, I'm only going to sell one unit because it's only a yellow coin item anyway, which means that we are crafting way too much paper for what we need. Let's put it down to just one again. And then that means, of course, that we probably are harvesting more wood than we need. Actually, no. Interesting. Okay, let's take a look maybe for that. So that for I don't know how we get to the other biomes. That part, I was talking to a friend of mine who's playing, Kelsey, and she was saying that she's gotten to a couple of the other biomes already. But I don't know how to get to those other biomes. So unless river is shown here, I don't know how to get there. Now, it could be that it'll just open up for me, but I don't know how. Oh, you know what that actually could be? It could be some of this stuff here, this prestige points. No, this is different stuff. Okay. I don't know what I want to spend here yet. Probably productivity over speed. Construction cost could be useful too. Sell value could be useful, but research speed is meh. Crafting speed is okay, but I'm not that concerned by it. Productivity seems the best thing for me, usually. Let's see. So this is our plains. This is our land bonus for plains, but how do we get to other biomes? I still don't know which ones I'd want here. I might do another idle gain just to get a little bit more stuff. Okay. So I guess we can just keep working on some other stuff while we figure this out. But that gourmet kitchen is going to be... Oh. Reach town level 12. Okay. Well, that is how we get to the river. Town level 12. And then I guess we add in different towns here for each of those different biomes. Okay. Well, that explains it. So let's unlock barrels and warehouses. I'm kind of meh on. Let's do study next, I guess. That's going to take some paper. So it means we probably want to turn up the paper consumption. This is a long form one, though. It's going to take a long time. So it's actually not consuming that much paper per minute. It's just consuming some, but it's so slow. And we could add a second school to it, which would double our consumption, of course. Maybe that's the best thing. Or we could work on some of these other things, although we don't really need either of those or any of those, actually. So let's go ahead and add a second school to this, which is, of course, consuming now extra paper. We can craft more to compensate as before. And then, of course, we're also going to have to probably... Nope, not yet, actually. But I'm also thinking maybe we need to add another school or two. Let's do that to make this go a little bit faster. Because we still have that capacity. Yeah, there we are. We're at 0 again. So one lumber mill making paper supports 2 schools researching study at whatever the rate this is. So that's kind of a nice thing. And then we'll get this school or the study, unlocked, and we can start doing that, the research. Okay, so the study is like the next level of school. Oh, so maybe I didn't want the schools then. You can remove the buildings. I don't know that you get any resources back, but you at least get, if you build them again, they're down to the cheaper level. I don't know that there's an advantage to that if you don't get any resources back immediately, other than getting land back, I guess. But I don't feel like I need it, so I'm not kind of considering doing it. I think I did one, but I didn't notice that we got any resources back. So I'm kind of meh on that. Oh, fish. We want to look at fish. How do we get fish? There's fish oil, which needs, oh, we probably need the river town to get fish. I mean, that would make sense since we're in the plains. We probably have to get to the river town to collect the fish. Is it a thing we unlock, or is it just part of that river town? I'm scrolling pretty fast, so it's possible that I'll miss it. But I didn't see fish here, so it might just be like one of those things that's automatically given, or is at least unlocked via one of the quests. And to be honest, I haven't looked through them to see what there might be as far as, things to unlock there. Kind of ish avoiding spoilers, but not entirely. I mean, so we could look through here. Like, we're going to get this one pretty soon. This one's not going to be too far behind. That's why I'm selling these, by the way, because they're, you need to make a bunch of them to get this thing done. That's why I'm selling these items too. This we're selling now, or we're selling this now too. Effectively. Oh yeah, more than effectively at the bookstore. We definitely are selling this. We're selling this again here. And then of course the upgrades are the upgrades, but those different, recipe quests, I wanted to make sure that we were selling the things that we need to make a bunch of to get these recipes so that we can get those recipes. Otherwise, it'll stagnate once you fill up the storage. So it's kind of a flow-through effect is the idea. And we're getting coins for the deal, so hey, who cares, right? Sound like you're not getting anything for it. But in my mind, I don't see the point in selling cotton. I would much rather sell cotton cloth, but since we're turning cotton cloth into shirts, I would much rather sell the shirts because first of all, cotton is yellow and these are red, but this gives you 2 red coins for 1 cotton cloth, whereas this is 5 red coins for a shirt, and shirts are 2 to 1. So if you look at the math here, 2 times 2 is 4 red coins, but this is 5. So this is an improvement over just selling the cloth itself. Not counting, of course, that you have to be running this building to do it, or rather 3 buildings, I guess, to do it. But hey, that's the cost of doing business, right? It's not as much of an impact, though, as it used to. Actually, we only need 2 there. As it used to be, because you have... actually, we can knock these down, too. They're not using it, so why bother? Those are good now. That's good. This one can come down. Oh, there you are. That was not high enough. This can come down. Not that far. Well, yeah, not that far. That one can come down to there. Yeah. And then I might be producing a little bit of too much of other stuff now. And this part here. Oh yeah, this can come way down now. These as well. Nope. There. Nope. There. I'm just not doing the math. I'm just doing the toggle test rather than doing the math. Can't be bothered to do math. So we have 15 seconds left. I've kind of been waiting for it to happen. And there's our study. So that gives us a bunch of other researches we can now do. And it also gives us the ability to build the study building and an upgrade for the study production capacity, which we should just go ahead and do right away. I don't see why not. Actually, let's do both the first two. Yeah, we don't have that kind of coinage to do the third level, but I think a couple of levels of that is fine. I don't feel like I need the capacity here unless we want to sell some buildings. All right, so that was down here at the study. Let's just make one for right now. A bunch of things go yellow when you build something because you're using items, but if it's not consistent, then I don't really worry that much. General knowledge tome. Oh, we produce enough refined planks too. Great. Claim that one. General knowledge tome turns paper into general knowledge tomes at the study. Oh, at the study. So the study isn't the research building. The school is. We just have to have these tomes to make... No, those are sold at the bookstore. Okay. Huh. Okay, let's craft some of those then. They're going to use... Obviously use paper. Should we do 2? 3? Yeah, we might as well. Yeah, because we can make that many out of one of these. And we're still selling paper, and we're still gaining, which is kind of interesting. Let's go over here to the market then, and start selling the tomes instead of the paper. And now that's actually not enough. Let's do another study building. And then we can craft at least one more worth. Oh, 2 more worth. Okay. We have somewhere we're using a lot more stone. I don't know specifically where that is, but somewhere. We still have plenty of paper extra. I'm not surprised with the wood, I guess. Oh, we're using more stone and more wood because we used some here, right? So they're making up. So they're running a little bit hotter than they were before. And actually, this is going to eventually yell at us pretty soon here. No, it's not either. But this one here and this one here are running a little bit hotter than they were before because we're filling up for what we just used to build buildings. So you can see that the wood jumped back to green once the planks caught up, and so has the stone. So we're okay because we have capacity there that it's kind of wiggling back and forth in. 1,000 shirts made. Now that unlocks pants. And then we also made 2.5 thousand paper, which unlocks books. And general knowledge tomes, which we already had. Oh, and research for the library. Okay, but you can, and so we should make some of those, and then we should sell them at the bookstore as well, I guess. I don't know what the real difference is here between the two. Oh, this is what it is. We need those general knowledge tomes for this, not just to sell. So maybe I shouldn't sell all of those. Maybe I should use them for research. But of course we need books for research too, in some cases. So we'll have to do a little bit of both. Oh, we have another upgrade to, or another claim to do. 20 total skill levels at the quarry. But I think that's kind of a good thing to show you, or enough to show you here for now. Where I'm at, I mean, we've spent now almost 40 minutes looking at where I'm at. And so you can see this game is kind of huge and complex. And we're still only in the plains, as we just learned. And we haven't unlocked a huge amount of things by any means. So I think what we'll do is we'll come back again maybe next week or sometime in the near future at least, and we'll take a look again. Maybe I should have the river open by then. Maybe even the next place open. Wait, didn't I have? Where did I go? I don't remember where I went to see that. Is it here? Oh yeah, the world menu. There we are. That's what we unlock when we get there. So this is the thing. The world menu. So once we get, we should have the river unlocked. You know, maybe we'll also have the forest unlocked. Looks like you get them both. Yeah, you get them both at level 12. And then you have to get to level 15 in the river to get the mountains, level 15 in the forest to get jungle, and so on. So once we get to level 12, we'll be at a good place to unlock those next 2 sort of biomes, I guess. And then we can come back in and take a look at where we're at then. I can talk about it some more, and we can look at, you know, what else might be ahead of us in this game. So thank you all for joining me, and I will see you all then. Bye for now.